Okay, here's a video about Windows 3.11 and DOS, which are connected to this computer by broadband. Now this computer is a 1997 200 megahertz PC, and it's got 256 megabytes of RAM in it. Although Windows can't and DOS can't use more than 64 megabytes. That is of of extended memory. DOS, of course, can't use any more than 64 megabytes with extended memory, but Windows can use up to 64 megabytes RAM because it's already got, it's got that. What makes it in the truest sense, it's not an operating system. It's because it's based on DOS, but on one hand, it is an operating system because it has that special little kernel called that makes it different. If I can remember the name, I think it's EMM386 or something it's called. That's what makes Windows 3.1 different. Anyway, you can see the memory test. It's come up to 262, 144, which is actually essentially 256 megabytes of RAM. So the remaining RAM, you say, so what do you do with all the rest of the RAM? Well, what I do is that I create a RAM drive out of it, and so I've actually got it set to a smaller, not all of it, so actually there's a lot of wasted RAM at the moment. I haven't used all of it, so it's basically, a lot of it's a little bit wasted. I'm just going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see the screen a little better, because I haven't got the resolution very high. I haven't got it as HD quality. So I'm going to just type in, we'll start with Windows here, and this is Windows 3.1. It's connected to broadband. It's the card is a very old card. In fact, the card itself has the bayonet type connection, which is seldom used anymore. I don't know if it's used anywhere anymore. Anyway, but it works on broadband, and you get a good look at it. Well, let's take a look at the internet. The first thing I do if I ever boot up this old machine is that I go on the internet, look in the internet folder, and I adjust the clock. So what I'll do is I'll adjust the clock first, and I'm out by 8 seconds, so adjust clock by this amount. Okay, so it does that because there's no automatic time adjustment with it. So the part you might be probably interested in is, well, what about browsing the web? Well, here we are. This is well, you can see I've got the Google page to start with. But this is IE5 for Windows 3.11. Still works on a very limited basis, I should mention, but it does work, and you can see how slow the graphics is. It's just drearily slow. I imagine that would be a lot quicker on a modern PC. But just going to some favorites here. Where should I go? I've got the old Windows 95 site I could go to. Maybe it might work. Oh, it is opening. Alright. So you can see it renders fairly good on like old websites. Like this is an archived website from archive.org, which is called the Wayback Machine. So I can look at different things. Miscellaneous utilities. It might even play a little tune with us for us. It might. But memory and benchmarking, I think there might be some things here. But this is like the old web. The main shareware page. Remember those days when I used to play a MIDI file in the thing? I can go to a website like American Thinker, so I say news for news. And American Thinker works pretty good for this. So I can, well, it used to. They've changed their system so it doesn't work as good. It doesn't work anymore. Wow, what a downer. Drudge report. Well, earthquake strikes last. Well, good old Drudge report works okay. So, well, it's asking me for a certificate, but there we go. Anyways, the browser itself, it crashes a lot. I mean, you can't go to any modern websites really. And you see just already it crashed right there. It does crash. I've tried Opera, it crashes. Netscape crashes. And well, it's because it wasn't really by the internet. IE5 was probably the last one for the 90s, so for Windows 3.1. I don't think Netscape made one. Oh no, you can get Netscape Communicator, but it's not very good. It really isn't, and neither is Opera. However, there are other things like there's other things you can do with the web on Windows 3.1, like Gopher. Gopher is still going. You can, in fact, I've got a bookmark that you can go to Gopherpedia, which is Wikipedia made in Gopher, so it's just really just text-based, and so I can. Well, I've got Mars written up there, so I search Gopherpedia for Mars, so I can look up Mars, and I can get the text version of Wikipedia article for Mars. So that's kind of cool. So if I need, so it works quite well. There's another Gopher program that does the same thing, although it doesn't seem to want to work for Gopherpedia for some reason. FTP, you know, I can visit a cool website to get old programs for old, like there's this old, like for Windows 3.1, I can look for, you know, if I want to pick up some old shareware or anything for this old computer, which I have done. I've picked up tons. And of course your news reader, which has all kinds of stuff. And some of the offline stuff I've got is Microsoft Golf. You might remember this. You know, do a practice shot for Pinehurst. You know. Just take the shot here. There's good old golf. One thing I liked about this golf game was because it was great because you could have friends over and it was easy for them to learn, and you could sort of pick up the games.
Oh, it's in the deep stuff.
I hit it into the deep stuff, but that was the good thing about it, was that it was easy to learn, and you could bring friends over and they would have no trouble, like just if they'd never played a golf game before, they could pick it up quite easily. Multimedia, like here's audio station I use if I want to play a CD. Look at a CD around here. Let me see what I got here. I'll just grab this one here. Just pop it in. I'll just use the button and press the eject, and you can see the. I'll just center this so you can see it on the screen. There we go. This over like that, and you can see the sort of like the little graphic disc sort of animates as it opens and closes, and so it's kind of cool. And then just wait for the disc to boot up, and then you just play it, and there you go. You got music, and also, which is I'll just eject the CD, take it out. What is cool is that you can play MP3s on with Windows 3.1 too, as well. There's a program that I have to do that, so that works. There's also another thing that's kind of cool. It's an MPEG player. I can play. Here's this test. The screen went blank. Doesn't usually do that, but it did this time. But oh, I know why, because I changed the resolution. It has to readjust itself. So where's the? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Alright. I'll do it again. Oh, it's gone blank again, like that. Never mind. So anyways, you can watch a MPEG video if you want. So there's just some of that. That's strange, it never used to do that before. It used to just, I don't know why it's still doing it. It's something to look into. Definitely. Because I never used to have that problem with it. Oh yeah, here's WinPlay 3. I can play I'll just play a file of I've got one somewhere. Well, anyways, it plays MP3, so I'm not going to search around for stuff. Bore you with that. Office, I've got all, Microsoft Word and usual junk. There's a little thesaurus program that I found was quite cool. And a whole bunch of other games, play Chips Challenge, and all the new Chips Challenges, and Solitaire. You want to play all these different kinds of Solitaire games, usual junk. Plus some other cool stuff that I could go into and go on and on about, but generally speaking, it's quite good. One thing I will show you is the system info. I don't know if you can read it, but I can zoom in. Maybe you might be able to see it a little better. That's the closest I can get in. But anyways, it says total extended memory negative 64. So that's the low swap file, and you can see that it says available memory 209664. Windows recognizes that it's in there, but from my experiments, it seems like 64 megabytes is as much as this system can handle. So that's it for that's all I'm going to show you about Windows. Let's go to DOS and see what DOS can do, which is very interesting. Bye, Windows. So off to DOS. Now this version of DOS is IBMDOS version 5. And one thing that it does is that you can get all sorts of different programs that MS-DOS has, and you can make it pretty much updated, sort of updating it yourself in a way. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, can you browse the web? And I say, yes, you can. And I've made a little batch file. What a batch file is that it just takes a bunch of little instructions files, like runs programs that I need to. I have to use a packet driver, but this does it all in one, and it's actually copying all those files into the RAM drive, so it's really quick. So that using this is quick. Now I made this little. Oops. I guess I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Let me see the screen. This is called DOS Links. It's by Fred C. McCall, and it is excellent for viewing the web because it's semi. I mean, it's got a good user interface that I like, and I can go visit, like here. Well, we went to the Drudge Report before, and you can see down at the bottom here. It's it's doing you can tell how much I've got. Like I got a 32 megabyte RAM drive, so I can look at the web in text if I want to. So, you know, here's Google. This is what Google looks like in, this is Google in text format. I can go to the New York Times, for example. The New York Times is a bit fussy, though. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it doesn't like people coming in with text. But we'll see if it works this time. But so the New York Times is a bit fussy about it. No, it's going, because it's got. Now here's the New York Times, so I can read articles and stuff. Yeah. So. Yeah, and also looking up files and things like that. It's quite good. Also, there's another text one. It's just the real links web browser, which is text-based. And oops, I'm changing a directory here. Oops, I did already. I just gotta go change the drive. There we go. And I've got another batch program that runs it. It says there's already a packet driver. So yeah, it's basically the same thing, except black screen this time. So I could go to, here's the Drudge Report again. I was probably thinking, the Drudge Report, you must be one of those guys, but I like it. It's got all the news. Washington Post. Look at the Washington Post. In a lot of respects, this original, like the real links, is quite effective for DOS. I like the graphical nature of DOS links more, but in some cases, this can be more effective for picking up pages that are difficult to get for some reason. Washington Times opinion. Anyways, I can go on and on. I'll just go to Google. Here's Google, and you'll see that it's just basically the same except with a black screen. So there's Google. Anyway, so I can press quit. You want to quit? Yes, I do. Some other stuff I can do is I can go to Gopher too. And I've got two versions of Gopher, so I'll just go to the first one. No, just one demonstration of Gopher. So here's Gopher once again. I can just go to current flood gap news feeds. I'll just go to this one, see what it's got. It says receiving response. Answering. Taking its time, is it? And it says receiving response. It's best to wait for it, but oh, here it is. Voice of America News headline news for June 23rd. Voice of America. Wiki News headline news. International. There we go. Wiki News for. So Wiki News headlines. So you can get news and stuff in DOS in text format. So there's some stuff. There's another. This is version 2 of this. This is actually the original University of Minnesota program from 1992. It still works. And there's another version 3 that they've got, and it's better in some respects, but not better in other respects. It's kind of strange. It's that it does separate windowing. But anyways, that's Gopher. There is also an IRC chat program in DOS that I can use as well. So we can take a look at that. and I can just try IRC, and I can connect to and chat with people and say hello, and it's very interesting. So it seems to be taking it. Oh, it always takes a little bit of time. That's right. It takes a little bit of time to talk to the server. So and then it'll eventually give me a find where it needs to go. Eventually, there it is. All right. So I can say hello, and somebody will say, maybe if anybody's on there, I'll say hello. And oh, I can also. There's one good cool thing about this program. This is called IRC Junior by a guy by Mark Brutman, I think, or Mike Brutman. Yeah, it's Mike Brutman. And I can use colors too, which is kind of cool with it. I can put just color number 4, and I put hello again. Oh, a friend of mine's on here, Meathead. Hello again. There, it's in red. So, but I'll just go quit. So there we go. Even though my friend is on there, he'll be wondering what the hell's going on. That's that for that. Oh, there's one more thing, just to show you something cool. On browsing the web, I've got a graphical browser here that works quite well. Very cool, actually. It's called Arachne, and it can browse the web with in a limited way with you can get pictures as well. You can get pictures with DOS links and the links browser, but you have to go into the DOS shell to look at the pictures, and sometimes the pictures are too big and you have to get out of the program altogether. But oh, there's something I got to do with it. Yeah, alright. I'll just go back in to see. What I had to do is change that up. Now I'll just go to just type in this, and again, like I did with DOS links, I'm going to copy all the files for Arachne into the RAM drive, so it's really quick. You'd be amazed at how quick it is when you just run it in a RAM drive. So this is it. This is Arachne. I can go to what works pretty good and fast. Well, Google does. I guess we can go to Google. There it is. No animation like it is in Windows 3.11, but you know, works. And so I can go back to home. Now this home page is just like the home page I used the same home page as I did before. Here's cd.txt files. This is another place I can go to get old files for DOS and things. So I can go into this. So this is kind of cool. A graphical thing in DOS. Still works. Doesn't render perfectly for everything. Here's the Drudge Report. It does this on the Drudge Report. Drudge Report's got a... Sometimes it gets stuck on things, and yeah, it's not perfect. I mean, nothing is for, you know, on old computers, but I mean, it does work. Like there, it's just going in a circle. So if I press stop, it'll... There we go. Got the Drudge Report. It's got the title twice. As you can see, it renders kind of awkward, but yeah. But it's nice and quiet and cool. And where else can I go? I can go to Wikipedia. Oh, Wikipedia looks crappy, but we'll take a look at it anyhow. Alright, Wikipedia main page. So I can look at, you know, you can look at news and all sorts of stuff. You know, it's pretty good. Wikipedia, yeah. So yeah, that was where else can I go? Where do I want to go? really. I guess I could try going to the Windows 95 site. I think it crashes there. I don't know. It is susceptible to crashes like the other browsers, but it's still fun to play around with. I mean, if you know the places that are safe to browse with it, you can, you know, you can sort of muck around with it. But DOS links and links, generally speaking, they never crash. They always render the pages. So yeah, I got options, you know, for Arachne. You know, you got all your options down here on the side over here. So yeah, it's quite cool. So there you have it. This is this was your little tour of Windows 3.11 and DOS. And so until I make another video, and hopefully I'll get this up on YouTube and everyone can see how cool that an old computer can be, and they still work. The thing is finding the hardware and the drivers, and you gotta put some effort into it, which isn't always fun. So I'm gonna do another video on OS2 because I've set up another computer with OS2, and that's kind of fun. Okay, bye.